It's finally that time of year again. The mornings are cold, the gear's starting to migrate out of the closet, and you can feel winter creeping in. But before you grab your skis and head straight into the backcountry, there are 5 really important things you should do to get ready for the season. These aren't just checklist items, they'll make your early season days smoother, safer, and way more enjoyable. I'm an AMJ certified ski guide and avalanche educator with the Mountain Training Center. By the end of this video, you'll have a good roadmap to follow on how to maximize your early season. Let's start with number 1, refreshing your avalanche knowledge. I don't care if you took an avalanche course last season or like 5 years ago. This stuff fades surprisingly quick, and all those terms, the red flags, and the terrain cues, they kind of get rusty over the summer. So start by reviewing the basics. Go through your old course notes if you've got them, rewatch some videos or refreshers, and if it's been a while, consider taking like a level 1 refresher or an avalanche basics course. This is the perfect time to reset and refresh before you're standing on the ridgeline trying to remember if facets are good or bad news. And here's something a lot of people kind of overlook. Your local avalanche center usually starts publishing early season updates long before they're issuing daily forecasts. I'd recommend reading those and then rereading them again. I'll clue you into what kind of snowpack is forming early on, which matters a lot later on in the season. Get familiar with those resources now when the stakes are low. Step number 2 is getting your gear dialed. This might sound really basic, but I've been on tours where somebody has a beacon that is dead or their skins have a layer of cat hair glued to them from sitting in the closet all summer. Here's a good checklist to follow. Check your beacon batteries, replace them, not just recharge them. Do a beacon test with your partners, make sure the beacon actually functions properly both in the search and the send mode. Inspect your shovel and probe for cracks or corrosion or even some bent sections. And finally, make sure that your skins still stick, your bindings function properly, and your boots haven't mysteriously shrunk over the summer. Then think about your kit organization. Wear your gloves, your goggles, your snacks, your multi-tool, your repair tape, your first aid kit. Do a dry run packing your bag. Refill your first aid kit, restock your repair kit, and test that your headlamp actually works. You want the first storm day to feel very exciting and not like this frantic scavenger hunt through the garage. And if you've upgraded any major gear, like a new beacon, pack, or even a whole touring setup, take a few minutes to read the manual or watch a video on it. Learn the quirks at home and not while you're standing on a windy ridge. Number 3 is practicing your rescue skills. This is one of those things that separates a prepared backcountry traveler to someone who's just tagging along. Reality is that most people only practice rescue when they take a course, but skills like beacon searching, probing, and efficient shoveling decay really quick. This is especially true during an actual high-stakes rescue, so it's best to set up a mock rescue with your friends, bury a beacon, do a time search, and practice communication under stress. You can even take an online avalanche rescue refresher. And remember, it's not just about finding the signal, it's about the teamwork, all the clear communication, and the efficiency. You can save minutes by having a plan for who probes, who digs, and how you move through snow efficiently. Step number 4 is getting your fitness base back. Backcountry skiing is aerobic endurance plus muscular strength plus efficiency. Nothing ruins your first tour like realizing you're gassed 45 minutes into the skin track. Until about 3 years ago, I was still getting wrecked at the beginning of every season. I was always training for climbing in the summer, but for ski touring, I just figured all my summer alpine climbing base would be all I needed. However, that is definitely not the case, and it can do wonders to train specifically for ski touring. Start building that base now through hiking, running, biking, and stair climbs. Anything that gets your heart rate up for longer periods. If you mix in some strength training too, especially for legs and core, it'll do you wonders. Even if you're just doing 20 to 30 minutes a few times a week, it'll pay off big when you're breaking trail in deep snow at altitude. If you're somebody that likes a little bit more structure, you can even find a training plan to use and get the most out of your preseason training. And yeah, endurance is fitness, but it's also mental. The fitter you are, the more you can focus on decision making and group awareness instead of just suffering your way uphill. Step number 5 is make a goal list for your season. This one's less about safety and more about personal direction and stoke. I always try to ask myself, what do I want to do this winter? So what do you want to do? Do you want to like ski your first couloir? Would you like to refine your avalanche terrain management skills? Would you like to nail your transitions and become a smoother partner? Or would you even maybe get into mentoring new partners this year? Write it down, break it into a few achievable goals and a few stretch goals. Having that kind of direction not only keeps you motivated, but it helps you build your season intentionally instead of randomly chasing conditions. So to wrap it all up, those are the 5 things that I like to do before the season starts every year. I like to refresh my avalanche knowledge, get my gear dialed, practice my rescue skills, build my fitness, and set my season goals. If you can knock these out, you'll start winter way ahead of the curve. You'll be way more confident, prepared, and actually able to enjoy those early season tours instead of just having to survive them. If you want a head start on the education piece, check out our online Avalanche Basics course or a level 1 refresher at mountaintrainingcenter.com. Hit subscribe if you want more backcountry education like this, and let me know in the comments what your big goals are for the season. Stay safe, and I'll see you out there.